Hello students, good morning to all of you. Welcome back to this virtual class. Last period we are discussing sustainable development. What do you mean by sustainable development? That I was discussing. Sustainable development is the development which will allow all future generation to have potential average quality of life that is at least as high which is being enjoyed by the current generations. That is to be called that sustainable development. So overall I was discussing the sustainable development can be defined as development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. That is called that sustainable development. So we are discussing about this. Sustainable development is in the sense a development that meets the basic needs of all, particularly the poor majority, for employment, food, energy, water, housing, and ensures growth of agriculture, manufacturing, power, and services to meet these needs. We have already known about the different kinds of degradations: air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, and how we can measure to check these pollutions. That is that reducing that burning fossil fuels, afforestation, use of non-polluting measures, use of non-polluting resources for energy, better automobile engines. Factories must be located away from the residential areas. These are the measures to check that air pollution we have already discussed. Similarly, water pollution also we have already discussed that different measures suggested to control that water pollutions, like that effluents from that factories should not be channelized into the rivers or seas. Effluents from paper mills and must not be allowed to stagnate on land. Factors, what are that we are discussing to measure that water pollutions? The different factory effluents should be recycled. Sewage disposal in rivers must be allowed. It could be treated and the slush used as manure in fields. So these are the different kinds of measures we have already known in the 9 or 10th, 11th classes. So whenever we are discussing that concepts of sustainable developments, the resources are classified. One is renewable resources, another is that non-renewable resources. So with this, that we are discussing that development, the meets of the basic needs of all that we should fulfill, particularly those who are the weaker section of the societies or the poor peoples. Whenever they are getting that employment by that industrializations, or they are getting out, they will get that food, energy, water, and they will at least get that minimum basic necessities: food, clothing and shelter, housings, etc. So we have to ensure the growth of our different sectors, agriculture sectors, or we may say that industrial sector or manufacturing sector, as well as that services sectors, or among all them that most important power or generations. So the Brute Land Commissions, BRUNDT, Brute Land Commissions. That commission emphasizes on protecting the future generations. Protecting the future generations. This is in line with the argument of the environmentalist who emphasizes that we have moral obligation to hand over the planet Earth in good order to the future generations. It means how we can protect our environment and how we can control different kinds of pollution, air pollution, water pollution and noise pollutions. That the present generations should bequeath a better environment to the future generations. At least we should leave to the next generation a stock of quality life assets no less than what we have inherited. That is why that sustainable development can be defined as the development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. So whenever we are discussing the present generations, they can promote development of their environment or to build their environments by that conservation of the natural resources or natural assets, and there is the pre-reservation, which is that regenerative that capacities, that is by that ecological systems, and avoiding that imposition added cost of risk future generations. So there is the different ways the present generation they need to protect our environments, limiting with that human populations. So whenever we are discussing to these kinds of protect environments, that is that we have take that strategy. So according to Herman Dele, a leading of environmental economist, Herman Dele, how we can achieve that sustainable developments. He emphasized that most important points limiting the human population. If we can check our population, if we can control our populations, because large population they require that maximum necessities, so naturally they will consume that goods, services or different kinds of facilities which are originated from our environment or the nature from our earth. So if that population will be controlled, then the environment will be cleaned. So that is the importance of that. Herman Dele says that if we can control that pollutions, then that is the best strategy to check our population, means to check our environments, or we can improve our standard of livings. That capacity of the environments which is carrying, the capacity of the environment is that Plimsoll lines of the ship which it is load limit bar. In the absence of that Plimsoll line for the economy, human scale grows beyond that carrying capacity of the earth and deviates from that sustainable developments. So we should first, that Herman Dele says that first we should our limiting populations. Next is that technological progress should be input efficient or not input consuming. Technological progress should be input efficient. Input efficient in our technology progress. And thirdly, renewable resources should be extracted. Renewable resources should be extracted. And non-renewable resources rate depletion should not exceed the rate of creation of the renewable substitutes. It means that should be limited of that non-renewable resources. Limitations or limited use of that non-renewable resources. It's not to be more. Limited of non-renewable resources. Because it cannot be generated, so जितना संभव है इनको कम से कम यूज करें. और what are the pollution inefficient arising from pollution should be corrected. Air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution should be corrected. So whenever we are discussing about the strategy for sustainable developments, use of non-conventional sources of energy. Use of non-conventional sources of energy. Use of non-conventional sources of energy, or restrict the use of renewable resources. Point to be noted. It means India is hugely dependent on thermal hydropower plants to meet our present generation power needs. But whenever we produce that power from that or through that thermal power generations, thermal power, hydropower plants, it have adverse effects on our environments. Non-conventional sources like wind power, solar rays are cleaner and greener energy sources which to be used more and more, and it should be advanced technology which we can produce this much wind power, solar ray systems. So in areas with a high speed of wind, windmills can be provide electricity without any adverse effect on that environments. So that is that input efficient technologies. Strategy for sustainable development, use of cleaner fuels. Whenever we are discussing that non-conventional source of energies, so always we should use that natural solar energy, window energy. India is naturally endowed with that large quantity of solar energy in the form of that sunlight. With the help of photovoltaic cells, solar energy can be converted into that electricity. And whenever we are using that CNG, compressed natural gas, is being promoted to use that in cities, used as a fuel in cities like Delhi. That is also we can clean our environments. In rural areas also, households generally they use that woods for the preparation of the food, or dung cake which is used for that preparation of the food in the rural areas. These fuels have several adverse implications, so that whenever they are using that woods, that is create the deforestations, reduction in green cover wastage of cattle dung, and air pollutions. So, to overcome this pollution, we can use that LPG, like that government is supplying door to door services, and the government is providing the subsidies in that poor peoples. The money is transferred to their own bank account, direct benefit transfers, as well as in rural areas also the people are using that gobar gas, which is being used in that rural areas for that cleaner of fuels and reducing that populations in larger extents. So this is also one kind of use that cleaner fuels. And establishment of also mini hydel plants. Mini hydel plants. Establishment of mini hydel plants. So many points we may note here. Establishment of mini hydel plants. In mountainous regions, perpetual stream can be found almost everywhere. These streams can be used to generate electricity via turbines. These streams which we can generate the electricity is through that mini hydel plants where there the turbines is there, and through the turbines we can produce that electricity. Such power plants are friendly, or we may say that environment friendly, and they produce also maximum power to meet their local needs. Moreover, transmission towers and cable are also not required in this type of plants. So in mountain regions we can establish also that mini hydel plants. As a result of, we can reduce our pollutions which is produced by thermal power plants. So that is why use of environment friendly sources energy like LPG and CNG, as well as that mini hydel plants, and we should also use that traditional knowledge practices. Traditional Indian people have been close to their environment. All practices relating to agriculture systems, healthcare system, housing, transports, etc. used to be that environment friendly. The shift from traditional system has caused large scale damage to the environment and to our rural heritage. So in the last chapter we have already discussed about the IUS treatments. That is also one kind of most important of the technical knowledge and traditional knowledge. However, with the advanced Western system treatments, we ignore our traditional system of Ayurveda or Unani. Use of biocompost systems, that is also most important strategies. Control of biopest. What is biopest? You know it, that the use of chemical fertilizers to increase the agriculture products has not only adversely affected the large areas of product land but also contaminated the water bodies. Besides this, there is that convert sunlight into solar energy and solar energy into that electricity, and shift from organic farming. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers, insecticides, and pesticides has also raised the crop yield but at the cost of soil fertility, which means a loss of production capacity for the future generation. It is high time that we switch over to that organic farming which focus on soil health rather than that plant health. We should manage the waste and stringent laws on the disposal of chemical effluents. Awareness to conserve the natural assets for intergenerational equities and public means of transports. These are different points of that strategy for our sustainable developments. So whenever we are discussing about the sustainable developments, CNG in urban areas, wind power, solar power through photovoltaicals, solar power through photovoltaic cells, traditional knowledge and practices, mini hydel plants, biocompost, and the last one, that is that biopest control. These are the different kinds of strategies for our sustainable developments. We can conclude here, with regard to our economy developments, we can increase our productions, what we require day to day life for our consumptions, or that productions of goods and services, which way we can increasing our requirement day by day due to the rising populations. So how to control our populations, put greater pressure on that environments. So we have to decrease our populations and we have to decrease our demand of our environmental resources as per the supply or the renewable is concerned. Presently, the world is facing increasing demand for environmental resources, but accordingly the supply which is limited. So whenever the supply is limited, we should try how to increase the supply, or what are the consumptions are increasing. That consumption may be adjustable as per the traditional views and without degrading our environments, so that we can say that we can reduce that use and we can check our misuse. That is why the sustainable development aims at promoting the kind of development that minimize environmental problems and meets the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. So these are the conclusions. We can say that is why the sustainable development says that the sustainable developments means that it can be defined as a development that meets the needs of that present without compromising the ability of the future generation to meet their own needs. So the above all we can conclude here that sustainable development say how much we require, that much we consume, and that much we can produce, with that not with that overproduce, overestimations that create that problem for our environments. That is why there is a different kinds of degradations, environmental problems, air pollution, noise pollution, or we may say that water pollution, which create the different kinds of disease, that life longevity is to be reduced day by day. So these are the checking methods which we can strategy for our sustainable developments. So above all we can say that point you note that strategy developments, use of non-conventional sources of energy, use of cleaner fuels, establishment of mini hydel plants, traditional knowledge and practices, use biocompost, control biopest, and change in unsustainable patterns of consumption and productions. with increasing purchasing power, wasteful consumption linked to market driven consumerism is stressing the resources base of developing countries further. So that government or the different countries now arranging the systems how we can control our environments or how can check our different way of the pollutions and we can survive our life in best to best. So that is why the government of India has taken large number of steps for the sustainable development for that given strategies. Strictly implemented and followed, definitely it prevents that further degradation of our environments so that natural resources remain a common heritage for that future generation also. That is the objectives to go through that sustainable elements in that 12th class. Thanks to all of you.